Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be giving you guys a tour of my leather workshop as it stands here today in 2024. I'm going to start over on this side here. This is one of my four main work surfaces. This one serves as kind of an office for me. This is where I process all ingoing, outgoing orders. You can see I've got one sitting right here. I also do some pattern work over here. And this is just where things hit the line at the start of the process of me making something and at the end. I got a calendar. I also have this map up here on my corkboard with the pin in it for everywhere that I have shipped a product to. You can see I've got plastic baggies here, and that's for this right here, which holds all of my patterns. They're hung up on there. Got all my books on leatherworking in here. I've got stuff to ship products, and I also have hair clips that I can cover in leather. Coming across from that is my brand new Cowboy 797 sewing machine. This is a light to medium weight leather sewing machine, so it's going to be doing a whole lot of work in my shop in the near future. Definitely am loving this machine so far. Next to that, I've got a fold-up saddle stand, or a saddle stand that's been folded up. It obviously can unfold. And I have a sawhorse. The saddle stand is there for when I have more than one saddle in the shop and I can't use my regular saddle stand. Then I have all of these drawers here that hold all kinds of things, from fabric to some long-term work-in-progress leather projects, paint, some other tools I don't use very often. All kinds of things. Next to that, I have my drill press. I have some storage underneath it and some wood scrap underneath that. I use this for drilling out rivets if I need to remove one, and I can also sand things on here. Very useful. Across from that is my saddle stand. I did make this myself using scrap lumber. Eventually I'm gonna turn this into a drawdown stand, but right now it's not. I have a saddle on there that I'm working on right now. Coming over here behind the saddle stand, I have a toolbox and a tool bag that just holds some repair stuff. Moving over here, got my trash can, and I have this workstation right here that does a couple of things. First off, I've got all my hardware and an anvil, more hardware, and setters for setting hardware. I also have a vise behind that with some leather so I can use it as a stitching pony. Next to that is my tooling station. So I've got my water, all my stamps, my tooling marble, plastic wrap for tracing. Underneath that, I have more stamps and craft aids. And underneath over here, I've got some different tubs for either wet molding or dip dyeing leather. And I just have some Tandy bags. Behind that is my big old cut table. This is a 3x6 table with a tool board behind it that have most of my cutting tools on. And underneath is where I store all my leather. It's kind of loosely organized from heaviest. So I've got my saddle skirt in here all the way down to lightest, where I've got some goat hide and craft cuts. Then I have this work table over here where I do the majority of my work. On that, you can see I have my cutting mats, got my awls and needles, some work in progress projects over here. This holds my lacing and stitching punches, as well as some extra stamps. I've got binder clips for gluing up pieces, sharpening, compound, beeswax, gloves, wool daubers, my glues, a whole bunch of pliers and things, a lighter for stitching. Up here I've got my strop, some blue painter's tape, a file, and then my tool board is right here. It's got all my edgers, skivers, wing divider, sewing awls, and knife, ball peen hammer, rotary punch. This roller that I use for my craft aids. So that holds a bunch of stuff. Also underneath that, I've got my wax thread for hand sewing, and then up here I've got my lacing, and I got a saw and a hammer on the wall. Coming around my tool board, I have a whole bunch of leather samples here. So I've got some tooling examples and stuff like that. I've got all my letters here, all kinds of border stamp basket weave patterns and things. Next to that, I have my big cabinet here. This holds a whole bunch of stuff. On the top here, I've got all my dyes and paints, as well as some band-aids because I am accident prone. Beneath that, I've got a tracing table, some chisels, some sandpaper for if I'm doing any kind of woodworking, which I do from time to time. Underneath here, I've got some lacing that I don't use as much, some beeswax for waxing leather, and then I have these trash bags here for casing leather. And then way down at the bottom, I have some newspaper and an old pair of jeans that I cut up to use as denim scrap for burnishing. Coming over to this wall here, in between the cabinet and my cut bench, is my large scrap basket. I also have some larger patterns hanging on the wall here. Hello, Mr. Deer. And then coming over onto this side is this whole section is where I keep all of my leather stuff and things that I've made for wearing to Renaissance fairs. So that is just a quick shop tour of everything I've got going on here. Thank you guys for watching.